Hello, friends. This is Akshay Kadam, faculty at KSG India.
You are listening to me on the platform of KSG Podcast. And on this platform, today we are going to discuss the topic of role of civil society organizations during the pandemic. So, guys, this COVID-19 pandemic has showed to a large extent the role civil society could help to build confidence among the community to work for them. And in that light, even United Nations Secretary General has released the report on socio-economic impact of COVID-19. In future, whatever impacts will happen. And in this report, they highlighted the role that civil society and grassroots organization could play a fundamental role for rebuilding or bringing out the community out of those pandemic and even re-engineering the supply chain or any other issues, how they could help. They have detailed out these aspects and we will discuss those aspects in detail. So before that, we will define what civil society is. So as per World Bank, which defines civil society as the wide array of non-governmental and non-for-profit organizations that have presence in public life, expresses the interests and values of their members and others based on ethical, cultural, political, scientific, religious, or philanthropic considerations. So that's the simple definition of civil society organization given by World Bank. There is another definition that is also available, which is the simplest definition, that civil society organization is anything that bridges the gap between public or private sector, and the common people, common public, common masses. So anything that fills the void, fills the gap, acts as a bridge, can be considered as a civil society organization. Okay, so how civil society organization can help in pandemic? So guys, there are significant first way they can help is in such a pandemic situation, guys, where a large number of fund gets distributed to the lowest level, to the grassroots level, to the masses, to the people. So there are significant corruption risk during the times of crisis. So bottom up accountability of approaches are crucial for ensuring funds allocated for the pandemic reach their intended destination. Okay, so bottom up approach to ensuring accountability whether fund reached or not is one such a way to deal with this COVID-19 type pandemics. And in that bottom up accountability, to ensure that bottom up accountability, civil society has an important role to play. Okay, to ensure that whether funds are properly get delivered to the needy people, and to tackle the pandemic or all the funds whether they reach their destination. So donors and multilateral organizations are continuously focusing or even taking civil society organization in their supply chains. So to ensure that their donations, their help or whatever is reaches at the last destination. Okay, so that's how civil society could help control corruption. Even it can help government establishment in ensuring so. Then civil society also acts as the democratic watchdog. Okay, the success of in pandemic or whatever like you have seen in COVID-19 like situation, that success depends on how effectively lockdown is implemented, how restriction on movement etc is ensured, and civil society organization will help ensure effective implementation of them by aiding government establishment or being eyes and ears of the government establishments, that reporting police where these rules are not getting followed, or even helping police by volunteering to help them. Then through social audits, NGOs can help provide quality assessment and feedback to donor organization as well as to the government establishment about effectiveness of the initiatives that they are taking, whether it's actually resulting in any fruitful, having fruitful impact on the ground. So in social auditing, NGOs could play a big role. Then NGOs can help in information dissemination, especially awareness about pandemics, medical awareness, rational viewpoints, etc., and curtailing the spread of fake news, filtering out misinformation related to pandemics, and providing proper, rational, correct knowledge about pandemics, and to build a sense of confidence and among the community. So there also NGOs can play a big role. Then civil society organizations will also help increasing the reach of the government aid and assistance programs by acting as a bridge between the community and the government. And also it can help focus on priority areas, that which area require more attention, or in which area in which they work, so government don't have to work. So that's how even NGOs can avoid duplication of efforts of the government. Then NGOs can also help provide rehabilitative help in the form of setting community kitchens, community shelter facilities, etc. And they can also work in niche areas such as providing humanitarian assistance to old people or children's or disabled physical disabilities that people suffer to them. So in niche areas, NGOs can work to help government's effectiveness. Then community organization also showed their potential in developing communication strategies, like during pandemics in different vernacular languages, okay, which help create awareness. Because governments might not be knowing different dialects or even other donor organization. Civil society that works at ground level can help you convert their messages or whatever messages like our prime minister or other organizations are sending. They can convert them into local languages where people could understand them properly. So that bridging that communication gap, there also NGOs can help. Okay, and then most important part that NGO can play is building a trust. Okay, so from the start of the pandemic to the ease of the lockdown, efficient communication and trust in government has been criticized. Okay, that if people don't trust government, then it leads to failure, and that's why this. But people trust more this civil society organization, and that's what in 2009 H1N1 pandemic showed that public health emergencies are if get politicized and government communication is conflicting, if it lacks trust, then its implementation gets impacted. Here, civil society provides essential link between the government and the citizens. Many regions, civil society have more trust than the government or even other bodies, have more moral authority as they are more in contact with the people. They are their first contact. And in such a situation, using their network and their trust will help us deal with the pandemic in a great way. So that's all for now, guys. Thanks for listening.